Well, I own the barn, and I own the old vehicle inside. So, I don't know if you can consider that a barn find. But what it is, my next project. It's a 1975 VW bus. I've never restored a vehicle, so let's figure this out. Well, before we get started, what's going to be a multi-year, multi-episode project. Little prologue here. Wife and I bought this years ago before the prices on these things exploded. It was right when they were just starting to take off. My daughter was deployed. My second grandchild was her daughter. And we went back to Kansas to babysit. We were going to be there for a few months. So we took the fifth wheel and we set up back there. And we found this. It was in Oklahoma. And it was just a few hours away. So one weekend when we weren't babysitting, we ran down, bought it, drove it back. Gas gauge didn't work on it. So I didn't know how far it would go. I didn't know anything about it. So about every half hour I'd stop and put gas in it, put oil in it, because it was just pissing out the bag. And the green paint on it is actually chalkboard paint. And the previous owner, it was an eBay buy or Craigslist, it doesn't matter. And they would let their kids just draw all over it. It's pretty funky. It was pretty cool. It's got the wrong engine in it. That stuff, that's not what we were looking for. I was looking for a project. We know the value on these is only going to go in one direction. And I've always liked the simplicity of the VW van. Years ago, I actually owned two of them, and things fell apart. I got rid of those. In this particular case, it almost happened to this guy too. Life just keeps getting in the way. So we got it, bring it back here, built the shop. I don't even know if I had the shop built then, so I built the shop. And no, I didn't have the shop because I hadn't even started working on it yet. And my 16-year-old nephew and 15-year-old niece came to live with us. Technically, they're not niece and nephew, they're our cousins, but for reasons I won't get into, they came to live with us. Now, my wife and I have 5 daughters between us. And I sort of got an idea of how the daughter things go. Basically, you do their hair and nails until they turn 12, and then just something just flips in their heads. They become very special after about 12. But boys, I didn't know what to do with boys. I didn't have a clue. So I decided, as a bonding exercise, we'll just come out and we'll start working on this. We yanked the engine out and did some stuff on the engine. We started some of the body work. We did stuff like that. And then, life. He got interested in soccer. He's very good at soccer. He got on a shooting team. He's very good at shooting. And that pretty much consumed all his free time. He played baseball. I think he even tried football for a while. But anyway, he's very athletic and great kid. And we just never got back to it. So here it sits. And then we bought a house down south. So now we spend 6 months down there and 6 months up here. So it's really hard to do major projects like this, especially when you got other stuff going on. This last time we were up here, daughter was deployed, Middle East, and we had 3 grandkids here. So that was it. That was all our time. So it's 6 months later. We went down south. We came back up. Got a few things taken care of here, and I want to start working on this. I've had to adjust my expectations. There's no way I'm going to dive into this and just start tearing everything apart. I'm going to do it in pieces. There's a saying, how do you eat an elephant? Well, one bite at a time. So this year, my next 6 months, now keep in mind, I've got to go visit grandkids back east. I've got a daughter getting married. We've got an Alaska trip. We're going back up to Alaska. We wanted to drive. Don't know if we'll be able to do that. And I've got a symposium I have to go to later this summer. So I've got a pretty full dance card. So knowing all that, I didn't just want to put it off for another 6 months. I decided, well, actually a year before I get back here. I'm just going to do from the glass up. Is it the right way to do it? Absolutely not. But it's the way I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the headliner out. I'm going to pull all the glass out. I'm going to do the body work from that line up. I'm going to paint that white. It looks like we're going to paint from that line down red. Resale red. Yeah, can't go wrong. Was it the original color? No. I'm not a purist. A year from now, I'll come back. I'll do from the body line down. Now, there's another end goal to this. And the end goal is I want to convert this to an electric vehicle. First, I was thinking Nissan Leaf, get a Nissan Leaf drivetrain put in here. But Volkswagen has some electric vehicles. They're already starting to pop up on Wrecked and Salvaged. And I don't know, there's not a lot of forums of people using those as donor cars. But a year from now, everything's going to change. So that's the end game. When I do a project, I establish the parameters. The parameters are for this is not a show car. It's not concourse quality. I'm going to get it to a certain level. I want the daily driver level, but electric. Now, knowing that, I've already stated it's got the wrong engine in it, I'm not going to try to fix that. I'm not going to try to fix the transmission. There's nothing wrong with the tranny, but I'm not going to try to fix all that. A year from now, I'm going to take it all out. So that's the game plan. I'll give you a quick walk around, and that'll be it for this video. The next video will be me trying to figure out how to get the glass out and storing it, because it's going to take months, in such a manner that they don't get damaged. Side note, this last winter we've got a cat door. Well, another couple animals came in and decided to pay a visit. One was a raccoon and one was another cat. And my cats didn't like it. So I have literally been going around sweeping up parts, because I do a lot of different things, so I got a lot of different parts. And there's a saying that you know the earth isn't flat, because if it was, cats would have knocked everything off already. And they tried here. And I mean, I had electrical connectors and nuts and bolts and screws, and it was a party in here. Anyway, let me pull you out of the stand. We'll do a quick walk around, and I'll give you an idea of the work I have to do on this thing. I don't have a lot of room to back up and to get really good pictures, so it's going to be difficult, but I'll do my best. Give you an idea. It's a 1975 VW bus. There's nothing special about it. It's not in good shape. It came in pieces, which is a nice way of saying it. And because it's got the wrong engine in it, the dash is all wrong in it. The gauges in it don't work. It does have some weight reduction in the floors up here, but not a problem. Over there, it's more of a problem. It smells like a combination of, let's see, how Derek put this, Wheaties and mouse guts mixed with cat piss. Well, toasted Wheaties. Anyway, it stinks in here. But that's okay, because a lot of this soft stuff is coming out, all the soft stuff's coming out, and it'll be down to metal. The headliner has to come out. The big problem with it is
there's a tear back there. So the windows are going to come out this year. The headliner's coming out this year. But, you know, for the most part, the body is straight. The door's on a horrible track, which doesn't work quite right. Let's see, I don't see any wasp nests up in here, but there's usually a wasp nest or two up in there. The back is filled with parts and stuff. The engine has a 1600 dual port in it, which this should have a 1700 in it. Completely different engine. That's the wrong engine in there. But that's okay, I've already explained that. Paint. I'm going to use a single stage paint, to be perfectly honest with you, simply because it's easier. Is it going to give me the best paint job? Nope. I don't go for perfection. The paint I'm actually using is going to be from Tractor Supply, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And there's a big dent up there. I don't know if I can see it, but somewhere up there, there's a big dent that I gotta deal with. I forgot where it was though. But anyway, this is it. Door cards are shot. Interior is shot, but I mean, you could buy these kits. It has a custom horn on it. Oh, and when I went to buy the keys for this, it doesn't use a bus key. It uses a key assembly out of a Carmen Ghia. Okay, that's just what the guy told me when I sent him a picture and said, hey, I need a key for this thing. But like I said, for the most part, the nose isn't pushed in. That's fairly straight. Rust isn't too bad. And this line here is where I'm going to end this year. But it's little things like this and this level of pitting and corrosion that I'm going to have to fix. So I got to pull these windows out, and I'm not going to do really long videos. I'm just going to show, you know, windows getting pulled out and cleaned up and the steps along the way. So unfortunately, this is going to be a very long project time-wise, and it's going to be, I'll document as much as I can. And with that, I guess better get started.